Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the 6 newest shades from Picture Polish. I will link the Picture Polish website down below. They have bundle deals and free shipping offers, so you'll have to check the website out for that. And they also have a list of international stockists on their website where you can find who will ship Picture Polish to you in your country. So yeah, 6 polishes here all together, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Macaron, and this is a really bright red with silver holographic flakes. So I started putting things on swatch sticks last night, and I thought it would be nice to show these next to some other Picture Polish shades that are kind of similar, or that I could see people wanting to see the two next to each other. So this here is Macaron, and this here is O'Hara, and you can see that they're kind of a similar shade of red. O'Hara definitely is more opaque with a lot less of the silver flakes, and it gives Macaron, having that jelly base and more silver flakes, gives it this like kind of glowing effect. The flakes really shine through that base. So even though they're similar in color, the look is very different. So here is one coat. So this one is a little more jellyish, so it is a bit sheer on that first coat. I can still see my nail lines. I'm going to do at least one more. I just ran some polish remover over my nails. I think I had something on them because it was pulling, it was like making little bald spots on the polish. They weren't there when I first put the polish on, but then it was kind of separating. It's still doing it a little bit right there, but I think I'm going to be good. I think I had something on my nails. So here's 2 coats. And the nail line does get covered up pretty well on the second coat. I'm going to do 3. I think it is just me being picky, but I can still see it. So I'm going to add that third coat to try to cover it up. Formula is really good on this. So this is the third coat. That third coat does make a little bit of a difference with the nail line, but it's not a ton. I'm not even really entirely sure that that's necessary. And because these are little tiny flakies, this is not going to be difficult to remove from the nail, and it's going to dry pretty smooth as well. So that is 3 coats of Macaron. The next polish is called Foxy, and this is a pumpkin orange with those silver holographic flakes. So this is Foxy here, and then this is Picture Polish's Autumn, which I thought were going to be really similar when I stuck them together. They are completely different. Foxy is a lot darker and a lot more brown even than Autumn is. So here is one coat. So this is really opaque on that first coat. It's not quite completely opaque. I did do a little, like I added more. I had some streaks here on my pointer finger, and I added more to it because they looked like they were separating again, and I'm not really sure why the polish is doing that on my nails. It wasn't doing this yesterday when I did my swatch pictures. But anyway, I'm going to do a second coat because of that. Though I think if you're really careful with this one, you could probably get it opaque in one. So here's 2 coats. So the second coat here does deepen the color a little bit, and it does cover completely. And just like the last polish, these are little tiny silver flakes, holographic flakes. They lay really, really flat, so they're not going to be textured at all, and they're not going to stick to the nail when you go to remove the polish. So that is 2 coats of Foxy. The next polish is called Riviera, and this is a very deep blue with those silver holographic flakes. So I have a couple of polishes to show Riviera next to. The first one here is Saphira. These are all the comparisons here are other Picture Polish shades. I just went through my Picture Polish drawer. But the first one is Saphira. They are very similar in base color. Saphira feels like it's a little bit more on the green side, but the biggest difference here is that Saphira also has larger holographic hex glitters, which gives a little bit of a different look. Picture Polish Soul is a totally different shade of blue with also those larger hex glitters. And the last one that I have to show is Cosmos, also from Picture Polish. Again, a much lighter base. I'm trying to angle this so that there's not a reflection on them. A much lighter base, same silver holographic flakes, but it's a different shade of blue. So here is one coat. And this one also is a little bit jellyish, so I can see my nail line through that first coat, but overall it is pretty opaque. Great formula on this as well. And like the other ones, those are little silver flakes, so they're not going to behave like a glitter, or misbehave like a glitter, depending on how you look at it. So here is 2 coats. So 2 coats does cover completely on this one, and it does deepen the color as well. And these can all dry a little bit on the dull side, so you will want top coat. So that is 2 coats of Riviera. The next polish is called Forest, and this is a nice foresty green with little gold hexes, and I actually picked one out with a toothpick and like cleaned it off to verify whether it was actually gold or if it just looked gold through the base. It is actually gold, and this also has a slight silver holographic to it as well. So here I have Forest over here, and I am showing it next to Picture Polish Mossy, which is a much darker of a green, almost like a camouflage green, with just the silver holographic flakes. It doesn't have the gold glitter. And then here it is next to Picture Polish Kryptonite, which again, silver holographic flakes, no gold glitter, and Kryptonite is definitely more of an emerald green in the base. So here is one coat. So this one is sheer on the first coat. Again, it's in more of a jelly base. In one coat, you can definitely tell that it's kind of a yellow-green shade, but when it builds up, you lose kind of some of that yellowness. Formula here is really good, and the glitter distributes really evenly as well. Some of the hex glitter that's in here will stick to the nail a bit because it's not a tiny, flat, flaky, but there's so much that it should be a huge issue. So here's two coats. This one builds up really well between the first and second coats. I'm going to do a third. I still can see a bit of my nail line, and I'm not sure if it will change that much between 2 and 3. I honestly don't remember when I did my pictures, but I'm going to try it anyway. But it definitely does deepen the color quite a bit. And it will dry a little bit textured, again, because of that hex glitter that's in there. So here's 3 coats. And the third coat actually does look like it covered up that bit of nail line that I had. Hopefully you can see it's just a little bit lighter at the tips there. I also feel like it made the polish overall just a little bit darker. So that is 3 coats of Forest. The next polish is called Dragon, and this is a kind of maroon color with that scattered silver holographic made up of little tiny flakes. Here I have Dragon over here next to Bordeaux, which you can see is a bit more wine red, and it has the scattered silver holographic, but it doesn't seem to stand out as much as it does in Dragon. And then I also have Demeter over here, which is a lot closer in color. It's a bit more brown, and the flakes also don't quite stand out as much as they do in Dragon. So here is one coat. So this one is a little bit uneven, a little bit sheer on the first coat. Great formula on this, and like I've said for all the other ones, this has little tiny flakes in it, so they're not going to act like a glitter. So here's 2 coats. And this one does cover completely in 2, and that second coat really deepens the color. And again, these do dry a little bit dull, so you will want top coat. So that is 2 coats of Dragon. And the last polish is called Mythical, and this is kind of a royal purple shade with the scattered silver holographic, and it has a blue shimmer to it as well. I actually don't have anything even remotely close to this purple shade in my picture polish collection. I was actually surprised to see that. I'm guessing maybe darker purples aren't something that picture polish does often, or they haven't done them often since I started collecting picture polish. I'm not sure, but I didn't have anything even remotely close to this. So here is one coat. And like most of the other ones, this one is a little bit sheer, a little bit streaky on the first coat. Nothing terrible. Great formula on this as well. Do you see this on my pointer finger? I don't understand why the polish is pulling away so weirdly and it's mainly my pointer fingernail as well, and I do not get it. Especially after 6 polishes and having like 5 other polishes be removed with nail polish remover, like that nail should be completely clean. I've had this happen one other time with a China Glaze polish, or like a China Glaze collection, and I don't know, it's got to be something on my nail that maybe my nail absorbed a little bit. I don't get it. So here's 2 coats, and this one does cover completely in 2, and that second coat does deepen the color quite a bit as well. You can definitely see the blue shimmer in this. It's not as strong as it is in the bottle. It's a little bit more subtle than that, but it's there. So that is 2 coats of Mythical. So I actually have 2 favorites here. It was really, really hard for me to pick, so I didn't. Dragon and Foxy are both my favorites out of this set. I think Foxy is a super, super unique dark pumpkin orange color. I really like it. I know I showed it next to Autumn in the video. I thought it was going to be almost identical to Autumn, which is probably one of my favorite picture polishes ever, but it's not. It's a lot darker, and so it's ranking right back up there with my favorites next to Autumn. And then I like this brownie maroon color from Dragon as well. I see a lot of these scattered holographics. Picture Polish does a lot of these scattered holographics, but I like seeing them in more unusual base colors. Not unusual colors, but just unusual base colors for the scattered holographic, if that makes any sense. So I like dragon as well. So before I go, I wanted to warn you guys, I am enlisting my husband to help me start editing my videos. Not this one, because this one was on a deadline, but in the future, I'm gonna switch a few things up. I'm probably gonna try to experiment with voiceovers. I'm gonna experiment with a black background instead of a white background for my swatches. Editing is gonna be a little bit different. Don't freak out on me. I know change is bad, but I've been doing the same thing for a really, really long time, and I really want to switch it up and try to make it look slightly more professional. I also noticed the other day how really, really washed out my videos are once they're put on YouTube. I've never actually stuck the YouTube version and the computer version side by side, and the YouTube version looks absolutely terrible. So there's gonna be some changes, some slight experimentation going on with the videos. Bear with me while I kind of feel out what I want to do, or which ways that I like doing it, what's the most efficient way to film it, nicest looking way to edit it. This is not my thing, but my husband really likes doing stuff like this, so I'm bringing him on board. I'll try not to let him go crazy because he can get way too fancy. But just a warning, don't totally freak out on me if there are some slight changes to the swatching. So those are the newest shades from Picture Polish. Again, I will link the Picture Polish website down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.